Bob, you don't realize you opened up a can of worms because we're...
No, it was a can of cannoli.
Yeah, because Brady has been back for 4
of...
days and she hasn't stopped yet talking to me about everything she ate.
I lost 5 pounds.
Is that right?
The food was so delicious and good, and I walked so far to get it.
Right.
I only run on 2 occasions. One, I've been set on fire. 2, there's a good buffet. All right?
Wait. Have you run for both of those occasions?
I can't talk about it in public.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I always say, number one, their drinks are so small. Like we're used to like these American size, what they would consider like a gallon of drinks.
Right.
You go to Europe and you pay 3 pounds or whatever, depending on where you are. And it is one of those tiny little Cokes. And I'm like, well, this is why they don't have the rate of diabetes we have, because I worked 6 miles for 6 ounces of Coke. Anyways, welcome in, Bob.
Thank you.
Last week, you were away at a history con.
I was at, you call it history con. That makes it sound even more
You were
cutting
at
edge
HisCon.
than, that's right, HisCon. That's right. I was dressed up as John Adams with a foxtail.
And you met up with Martha Washington.
That's right.
With a foxtail.
That's right. And we talked about wooden teeth.
Okay. So
I love you.
So anyway, any big takeaways?
No,
Any
not that I.
Well,
no,
say,
I'm here to do fun things and to keep you entertained, not to bore you.
Well, and usually there's no breaking news at a HisCon because you're talking about things that have kind of already happened. But anyway.
But okay, what about the things that we hold dear about history? Do people do it hook, line, and sinker? What are they?
Well, see, we're at an era right now where people are deciding what they want to believe is true.
Yeah.
And it's good. But this is not a new phenomenon.
No, it's not a new phenomenon.
I tell people all the time when they don't understand how the millennials work and they get all frustrated. And I literally have to sit back and say, I'm one of these like millennials, but I'm an exception to the rule because I don't live in my parents' house and I've bought a few houses.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you see how the instant gratification paired with this is the worst it's ever been.
Right, yeah.
Just because it's the worst it's ever been for you because you're 27.
Right.
And that's understandable.
And there's so much angst that needs to be revealed, they feel.
Yes.
It's like, hey, the rest of us just kind of suffer.
You want to talk about angst? How about me paying for everything you need?
Yes.
Right,
Bingo. There's some angst. But, you get to a point where, we start talking about fact-checking and alternative facts.
Yeah, fake news.
Fake news, as if it's a new phenomenon that people have thought this way. You
deep
showed me a
fakes,
picture on your... Yeah, exactly. Oh, deep. Very deep. You showed me a picture on your iPad.
Yes.
Of something that I said, what is this?
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
right.
That's a couchon de lait.
So I brought a picture to illustrate my lesson this morning.
Up your picture,
I was about to say, and you forgot it's radio, not TV.
Yeah,
right.
This is about our speed, bruh. Pictures, we can understand those. I mean, seriously, okay. Okay, because people have got to realize it really kind of does look like a cochon de lait. All right.
So it's a lamb at the top of a stalk.
Exactly. It's the vegetable. It's the vegetable lamb is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we're all concerned right now with fake news and is what we see real? Are the images real? And do we really know what we're talking about? Are we being led astray? It's not anything new, and this is a great example of it, I think. It's the vegetable lamb.
Vegetable lamb.
And if people, I guess, will be able to see the picture. But
they will now.
For hundreds of years, not for 10 years, but for hundreds of years, people in Europe believed that lambs grew on stalks at the top of a stalk, about 2 or 3 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Wow.
And then it would bend down in order to get to the grasses around it.
Okay.
I know. I can't tell you that this makes a whole lot of sense.
Great,
so how would it get cut down? How would someone harvest the lamb?
Well, you would simply cut the stalk.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so is this some sort of weird explanation of what a belly button is?
I like you're weird.
I'm just saying.
No.
Did no one ever turn over a lamb and say, well, where'd the stalk go?
So it's a weird explanation as to where cotton comes from.
What?
Okay.
This is crazy.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So put your head here. It's the 1300s. It's the 1400s. You are in Europe. Education isn't what it is today, and your clothes have always been wool. Wool is not particularly soft and supple.
Not.
All of a sudden, people start bringing in this new material,
Yes.
cotton. And you say, where does this come from? It's so wonderful. And the story becomes, it comes from India, it comes from the East, and it grows on stalks.
Wow.
Lambs there grow on stalks. It creates this wonderful, beautiful material. And if people tell you that, people that you believe,
Right.
and if people show you pictures of it, then you believe
Just
that
believe
and
it.
you pass it down. It's hard to wrap your head around, though,
But
that
it's
people will
great.
believe for hundreds of years that this might be the case.
Well, I think that one of the things we take for granted is the fact that everyone now, and I think it's probably an evolution thing, that we are naturally skeptical of things until we see it, which is why people say, you got to see it to believe it. But what is that quote that someone threw out last week? Believe nothing that you hear and only half of what you see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
That is so true. I mean,
It is.
especially in the world we live in where things could be made to look like anything. And I think it's pretty scary because you have
Yeah.
the new technology that takes someone's picture and is pretty instantly able to make it into a video where their mouth is moving. and
Right,
their-
I've seen that.
and and it's being used in political campaigns other places to show like your opponent
Right.
is saying all this vile
That
stuff
they've never said.
they've never done.
Imagine a video of a lamb on a stalk telling you that it's real.
I'm while your shirt is soft.
So,
Wow.
so this all kind of stems from
Uh-huh.
a mistranslation of some Greek explanations of cotton, and they refer to it as a melon.
It's just like that
growing-
movie. Mhm.
What movie?
Just like that movie. You know the ant with the bababsi on her neck?
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
What
My
are
big
you
fat
talking
Greek
And he was
about?
vegetarian. She's like, it's okay, I make lamb. It's all Greek to me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
It
I
makes perfect sense in my mind because I live in the 13th century.
I said in the last segment that boudin is not really meat, so it's okay to eat on Friday.
Right?
To which all the lights and every Catholic church went out and
Right. And
buzzed for a little while.
yeah.
But anyway, Bob, very interesting stuff.
All right, are we done?
Well,
So.
we
I
like,
know you have to
okay.
move on.
Hey, seriously?
Yeah, right.
Okay, here's what we're gonna work out.
Okay.
You, me, Saturday show.
All right.
Okay. Insane history facts, just like lambs growing on stalks.
Aren't we already doing that?
Yeah, but this
She
is the
wants you
long
for an
form.
hour.
Oh, the long
This is-
form.
this
You
is
want
the
me for an
album.
hour?
This is the album. Remember those? The long form.
is where I-
This is the B side.
Yes, this is
where
the
I
B-side.
pull
Get it?
back.
The B side. Get it?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Shut up, Rob. Old people jokes are funny. Now let me move my teeth around a little bit so I can eat my apple.
Yeah. Well, let us know next
Are
time
you
go
okay?
to.
No, you started talking about that food in Italy, and I lost my mind again.
Let us know next time you go to a HissCon because
Oh,
I would
okay.
love to see pictures.
Oh, imagine what we should do is put a camera
Yeah.
on my hat.
Oh,
and
We
just-
have cameras.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You would
Anyways.
lose viewers, and I know you don't have viewers, but you would lose
Oh,
viewers
yeah.
Well,
rapidly.
You're the one that bought a picture to a radio station. That's all you, Bob.
We love you.
6:55 now at Newstalk 96.5 KPEL. The lightning is now back
It's
at the
because you
studios.
said, it's because you made that comment about the boudin
Well-
and Fridays. Now I'm going to have to do my news from somewhere down the
Well,
hall
well,
so
let's-
I don't get struck by your evil lightning.
Well, what's going to happen next? Celine Dion's going to Michael Jackson herself and not come to town next year? Because that'll really ruin my day.
Whoa.